Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of our F1 2020 My Team Career Mode. And one thing I'm going to get around to now, there has been no video for maybe a few days to a week. I don't know, I'm recording this just in between the little gap. It's because I haven't been too well. I've had a few internet problems and I've been trying to get them up, but I've not been well enough or had good enough internet to manage to get a video up. So whenever this goes live, we'll be getting more consistent again. But that is the reason for the big gap. Now, let's get to the reason this is titled What It Is. We're not renegotiating with Nick de Vries. Yes, he's a good driver on paper, but he isn't very good literally on the track. So we're going to go to the driver's market. And yes, we've got 6.42 mil, but we only have our eyes on one person. And we want to train him up, we want to get him good, and we want to see if we can get him up to his dad's ability. Get him winning one World Drivers' Championship. That is the aim with Mick Schumacher. So, we're going to go and negotiate with Mick Schumacher. Right, so we need to negotiate properly with him. So apparently that's a low risk. That would be a high risk. That would be a medium risk. We'll just go in with a low risk offer. Because realistically, it's the best thing to do, isn't it? And there he goes. Mick Schumacher has joined Jordan Shark Renault. Renault? It's Renault, isn't it? I always say it wrong. But let's go and do some activities before the next race. Easy. Bit of race simulations for Mick. And then we can go and do... This is where we're going to be focusing on Mick quite a lot. Simulator training. And then we got a 3-day chassis equipment training. There we go. So that's the idea from now on. We're going to be focusing our activities on Mick Schumacher. Obviously, we need to start focusing on upgrading some of these facilities. Increase fabrication capacity to a maximum of 2. Improve build time of all upgrades. Improve failure chance. Yeah, let's do the improved failure chance. And then we want to go personnel, which will improve Mick again. Moderately improve second driver's experience stat. Let's do that. And that'll be done by the 16th of July. Is that what that means? Yeah, 16th of July that'll be done. So just as we go into the British Grand Prix. I tell a lie, guys. I did not know there was an invitational event. So we're going to quickly do this. And then we're going to go and jump into the British Grand Prix. Just about pushed it really fine there, but just about managed to pass it. But that car is horrendous to drive. Absolutely awful.
Now where we're able to attract a new sponsor to the team. Head over to the corporate tab and select the sponsors screen to choose who we should approach.
Right, we're going to sign with Savant. Earn Driver of the Day. Now, we've done that a couple times already. Easy 155k per week. And possibly a good little reward if we do a good day. I think that's about right. Let's go and put it on the car. And that's where we're going to put Savant. We're going to put it up there on the top part. I don't know what that bit's called again. I can't remember. But up there on the top part. Right, flying lap time, let's go! Little confession, it's our first lap we've done all weekend, because I wanted to go out and practice, but unfortunately it was a wet practice and I saw absolutely no point when the race and the quali was dry. So it's our first laps of the racetrack on this game. It's always good, isn't it? Use all the track there and a little bit more. We're running a good lap so far. Felt really smooth. Bit of a mistake through there, but we're going to go out for another lap later in the session anyway, so this might just be a banker lap. A little tiny lift, just so we don't get the extending track limit warning. Try and use all the track and a little bit more like the F1 drivers do in real life. This is actually a decent lap, to be fair. It's not going to be up there because we've had a few mistakes and obviously our car's not the best. But it's not going to be that far off where we want to be. Little mistake through the final few corners. Run the last curve perfectly. P10. Right, flying lap number 2. Let's see if we can improve on our first one. Already better through turn 1. I haven't quite got that corner right yet, the slow left. But we're up at the moment on our personal best. Much better through there. We're half a second up now. We knew we had more in the tank. Little lift. Perfect line through there. This is a very, very good lap from us. P16, I'm happy with that.
Complete. Let's review our top 3 today. Hamilton, Bottas and Sebastian Vettel. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Yeah, I'm happy with that qualifying. We've beaten Alfa Romeo, an Alfa Toro, the Haas, our teammate, and the 2 Williams. So that's a really, really good qualifying for us. Now, hopefully, we can carry that forward into tomorrow's race.
It's been a great qualifying session for you. Are you going to carry that momentum into the race? How do you think this team will be feeling after that result? You didn't practice much this weekend. Are you saving your car for the race? Great. Well, that's everything.
Great Britain then, one of only 2 countries to have held a Grand Prix in every single year of the Formula One World Championship. And the circuit extends that record further for today's Grand Prix. The 3.6 miles of the Silverstone circuit in Great Britain is hallowed ground to the Formula One faithful. We have 18 corners that wrap around this former World War II airbase and some good passing opportunities at the end of the DRS zones. Now, Anthony Davidson, I wonder, might we be in for some early pit stops today from the midfield teams, all trying to put some pressure on or disrupting things for the leaders up front?
If you're in the middle of the pack, you know, you got your own race to run, I don't think they're going to be thinking about causing trouble up front. However, closer to the head of the pack, don't be surprised to see some split strategies. If you're running second and third, for example, bringing one car in for an undercut while leaving the other one out there longer can put a lot of pressure on the leader and maybe force them into an error.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Sergio Perez, and Verstappen, Stroll, Ricciardo, Albon, and Carlos Sainz. Norris, Raikkonen, Esteban Ocon, and Gasly, Magnussen, Buchan, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Daniel Kvyat, Grosjean, Schumacher, Russell, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
Don't take unnecessary risks. Well, I won't, Jeff, because I can't drive the circuit in the first place, my man. But let's get into race time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go for our home Grand Prix here at Silverstone. It's going to be a scrappy first turn, as it always is around here. I went off the circuit there to avoid serious collision. But we've gained a place already. Down the inside of our rival Ocon. Good start, P13. We're using our ERS, we're using Rich Mix just to stay in front of Gasly at this point. It's going for a move down the inside because we do not hit the apex on that first turn or the second turn, to be fair. We're going to try and use Rich to stay in front down here without ERS. It's not going to work. He's around the outside. We're going to try and hold it down the inside. Oh my god, side by side with Gasly through there. Very dangerous corner to be trying to go side by side, but we manage it without any contact as well. Got a really bad run here onto the hanger straight. We're using our ERS, our Rich Mix. He's got DRS. We're not going defensive, we're giving him the space. We've run wide, and there goes Pierre Gasly. We're going to snap straight back at him, actually. He left an opportunity, a lovely little snapback overtake. I'll take that every day of the week. Lovely. Still in P13. Don't know what's going on in front. It looks like Lando Norris. Lando Norris is out of the race. Retired from his home Grand Prix, unfortunately. Oh no. Oh no, this is getting a bit ropey. Gasly's drove around the outside of us. No! Gonna have to get a good run onto the hanger straight to try and get him back, I think. And there goes Pierre. It'll be the last time we see him, I reckon, for the rest of this race. We have not got the pace around this circuit at all. The Rich Mix just kept us in front there down that straight. The tyres are just gone. The tyres are shot. I don't know why, but we just cannot drive this circuit for the life of us. Ooh. Alongside Kvyat going into Magnus and Beckett. We've been passed by another Alfa Toro. What's going on? DRS, ERS, Slipstream, Rich Mix. Come on, we gotta get him back. We pull out the Slipstream and he turns into us. Hi Kvyat. And we make the overtake. guys as quick as possible. Jumped by a teammate. That's over. We have been jumped though, Mo. We've been jumped by everybody. Wow, what an awful little, awful track this has been for us, guys. Because we've just been jumped by the whole field. We pitted when we were, I think, 13th, when everyone started pitting. We are now 18th place. Kvyat just pit maneuvered me into the barrier. But yeah, we'll show you it from the racing camera. As you can see here, we're coming around the corner. He's off the track already before he pit maneuvers us, and then he gets two other cars involved. The Haas and the Williams are both involved in this crash as well, because Kvyat is incompetent. Look, you can see here, we're holding our line. We're using, as you can see, we come around here, using the racing line. He is already off the circuit. Why is he there? Look, we are here, and you can see where the contact is. He is literally turning into us. Look at his wheels. He actually turns into us. Wow. He literally turns us into the wall. What an absolute joke. Well, that's us out of our home Grand Prix, guys. Absolutely ridiculous. Not happy about it. But Kvyat has just caused a 4-car pileup, put us out of the Grand Prix. I think put himself out, put the Williams out, and put the Haas out at the same time. What a melon.
Here we are then, a fantastic British Grand Prix, and what a performance it was from our race winners today. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today. Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Right, so Kvyat caused that crash, which took Magnussen, Latifi and myself. It got us all involved, but Magnussen nearly caught up Mick Schumacher in the end. Don't know what kind of pace he had. Giovinazzi somehow ended up behind Magnussen. Kvyat ended up stopping twice, but then started gaining on everybody else. And Latifi and myself suffered. Absolutely ridiculous.
Well, things didn't really go your way today. Let's have your take. There was quite a lot of contact today, wasn't there?
I think some other drivers need to learn to drive.
You lost to your teammate today. Was it just not your day?
Today was mixed day. They managed to get more out of the car.
Appreciate your time.
Right, qualifying time, guys. I lose a lot of time in the final sector, the final two corners, but other than that, I'm really good around this circuit. So let's see where we can get ourselves. I'm used to on previous games just driving any car, and they always grip better than this my team car. The 17-1 though is better than Ocon's lap. Let's go! Flying lap number 2. And we have cars immediately in front of us. Schumacher moves out of the way before we start our flying lap there perfectly. Team shouldn't be sending him out in that situation anyway. Need the car in front to move quick. George Russell is going to affect our flying lap. Oh, he moves out the way quite early though, so that's fair play by him. Might have slightly shortcutted the chicane. But we lose all the time we made up through there anyway, through this section, because we just don't have the grip in this car that we need. On the throttle early. DRS open. And we go P10. Okay. Yeah, we may have shortcutted the chicane slightly, but P10 ain't bad. As I expected, we've dropped down a couple of positions. We've dropped down to P13. But that ain't bad at all. A whole second faster than Mick Schumacher, who obviously had our number in Silverstone. We're near Daniel Kvyat, or Torpedo, otherwise known. So Torpedo strikes again and all that. You know, that would be my title if I didn't already title the episode We Signed Schumacher. But let's go and get into the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Welcome to Budapest once again for another round of the Formula One World Championship. Historically a good race for first victories, with Button, Hill, Alonso and Heikki Kovalainen all reaching the top step of the podium for the first time here. 14 corners then for our drivers to navigate at the 2.7 mile Hungaroring today. It's 6 lefts and 8 rights around a lap here, with average speeds in the region of 120 miles per hour. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. Now, I want to ask you about Lewis Hamilton. That was a great win at the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Albon, Bottas, Sebastian Vettel and Leclerc, Sainz, Ricciardo, Gasly and Esteban Ocon, Stroll, Perez, Buchan and Giovinazzi, Norris, Magnussen, Roman Grosjean and Kimi Raikkonen, Schumacher, Russell, Latifi and Daniel Kvyat completes the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
Hopefully points are on the cards today. 5 red lights and away we go for the Hungarian Grand Prix. We're going to have nowhere to go here. You can already tell we're going to have to brake earlier than we want to. Try and drive it around the outside, and we get a couple of places there, to be fair. Bit of Gasly and the Racing Point as well. Make that stick. Little tiny bit of contact. Ocon slow through there. We use the whole track to make a move on him. Run him a little bit wide because we ran wide ourselves. But no love lost for him because he is our rival. But P9 after that start. Not bad at all. Good entrance to pit lane actually, to be fair. Come on, let's hopefully get a good pit stop from our crew. We can get out and maintain position. Not the best pit stop, that was quite slow to be fair. But out in P14, I think a few people haven't pitted yet though, so that's something not to worry about. And as you can see, more people in the pits. Mick Schumacher in the pits. And, oh my god, Perez and Giovinazzi, we've only just come out in front of them. We've lost some positions here, guys. I don't know how. I know our pit stop wasn't great, but we've lost some positions, I'm sure we have. Okay, we've legit lost that much time. Interesting. Okay. In front of us. The man we was battling to keep behind us is now in front of us. We had an absolutely horrific pit stop. I've no idea how we lost that much time. Bottas is out of the race. That'll put us into the points. That will put us into the points if we can defend from Perez. We need a safety car, to be honest with you. We haven't got the pace. Safety car would be great. Or VSC, anything to neutralise the race. P10! We're in the points! Final lap! Final lap of the race, and we've got Perez trying to take the final point of us. We are not giving this up without a fight. No. Oh my god, there's a lot of cars behind us. We're just going to defend every apex. No chance for anybody to get past us. Save all of our ERS for later in the lap. With a dash to the line. No. We're defending like hell now for our final lap. Max Verstappen wins the race. He started on pole. He's won the race. He's dominated here in Hungary. as the Red Bull normally would. It's going to be close. That Mercedes-powered Force India? No, Racing Point might carry him past us on the line. We're going to put the foot down on the final corner and just hope and pray that we've got enough with the ERS, and we're going to have enough. It's going to be P10. Get in there.
There'll be smiles back at the factory after that one. A great race and a real team performance.
I'd say we should be driver of the day, really. But so be it.
Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. Things have changed. Not the result our points leader wanted, but it certainly makes things interesting going forward. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
Often my go-to would be a driver who's managed to pull off an especially impressive feat during the race. However, in this instance, I was more impressed by Max Verstappen's solid, clean driving throughout the event.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Our championship leaders retain their position, but their lead is shrinking. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
It's a decent weekend for us. We've got a point, up to 55 for the season now. And, yeah, ain't bad. I'll take it, guys.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
The car is nimble and light. It was a breeze.
You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled.
And I'm thrilled with their support during the race.
There was some contact between you two. What happened out there?
Sometimes contact is avoidable.
It was more like dodgems than Formula One today, wasn't it?
Those were just friendly nudges.
Great. Well, that's everything.
This week's income from the sponsors has cleared, and we're making good profit against our running costs.
But that is where we're going to leave it for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you're new around here, please subscribe for more. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. And I've been Chris12LFC, and I will see you later.